Twisting copies. Got a flight of 2 810s at Angels 10, call sign Dragon 15. They are pushing 15 clicks northwest of our position to check out a possible column of armor at that location. Are you familiar with the airfield?
That's 2-1, that's affirmative.
We are located just south of the control tower with multiple vehicles marked by IR strokes.
That's 2-1 is visual your position.
Roger. I'd like you to push north and attempt to get your pod on that same area. Again, that's 15 kilometers northwest of the airfield. Stay at Angels 18 and
That's copies.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Armored Warfare. This is Tanks for the Mammeries, and today we're playing Global Ops. We are just in. This will be the second time I've ever played it. Tried a couple of games the other night. Thought we'd just get in here and see what it's like, so I might not do a lot of talking during the game, so I'll do an overlay when it's over. We're going to try and figure out if we can understand a little better how the game is played and what the strategy should be, and tactical maneuvers to implement that strategy. So let's just get in here. We're going to be using the Wiesel, which is a scout vehicle, and going to try and use that to do a lot of capturing as opposed to dealing with enemy vehicles. So we'll see what happens. Let's give it a shot. I am not going to go for the cap point on the bridge. We've got 2,800 tickets, and I'm going to be maneuvering up into the middle of the map, hopefully to the aircraft carrier, so we'll give that a shot. Alright, so what we've got going on here with me in this scout, the object is, as you can see across the top of the screen, you have 1, 2, and 3. Those are the primary objectives for this portion of the battle. They are a site up in the village in the north, a site on the aircraft carrier in the center, and a bridge, number 3, to the south. The bridge is a very difficult one to capture, and most teams try to go for 1 and 2 right at the start. If that's the case, then 3 is usually open and able to be captured by the other team. The biggest thing you want to do is really sort of stick around with your teammates and try and capture those early points. It certainly does not hurt to kill the yellow NPC vehicles. That are around, because for every one of those you kill, you take 10 tickets off of the enemy team, which is helpful. But you want to try and capture these points as much as you can, as fast as you can in the beginning. So we're going for points 1 and 2. Point 3, as you can see, is completely uncontested at this point in time. I'm going to be stupid here and have an accident, but there you go. I was hoping my team would come around the other side. Didn't work. So now you get to see we respawn, and you get to choose your respawn point. So we'll do that right now. We'll go respawn in 1. Let's see if we can help that. Okay. So I've just now respawned, and I'm going to go up and try and help capture Area 1. These will very soon go away, and they go away, the primary objectives go away once a certain number of tickets have been reached. 1 was captured, so rather than me continue on up to 1, I'm going to go try and get 2 in the middle. That's my plan anyway. And like I said, these once the time do I have to get that? Yeah, you can hear me wondering about whether or not I'll have enough time to get that objective before they change them. So I'm going for it, and we'll see what happens. Once the enemy's captured it, it's hard unless you've got a number of vehicles with you to get up there and recapture the point. I have a bit of a brain fart driving this thing here in a second. I should have just gotten back off again and stayed alive, but I was hoping some of my teammates would be able to shoot this guy. And I got worried about that other vehicle that was over on the other side. Now he's fired. I'm going to try and get to him. but I mess up trying to get around him. Just poor driving on my part. So I'm going to die here. It's just, he's just a better driver than I am. That's all there's to it, let me be honest. I'm saved, but not for long.
Alright, now can I cap this fucker?
Try and get recapped here. Now, scout vehicles can capture these points faster than regular vehicles can because you have the extra scouting ability bonus, which allows you to cap points quicker than other vehicles do, which is why you probably want to have your scouts try and go for these things first. They're quicker, harder to see, and they cap faster. There, now you can see that another marker has popped up, and that is a bunker marker. And I'm going to try and go capture this bunker marker. Now, my problem was when I first, and I did a lot of captures, you'll see in this battle and the next one here on the video that I actually capture a lot of these points.
Capture this fucker here.
And in doing so, well, it's a great thing, and you definitely want the bunkers. I'm not spotted yet. Now I'm spotted. Trying to stay in there to keep capturing it.
There we go.
And he drove right by me, which is awesome. I hate those Ramka things. So anyway, now that I've captured it, theoretically, I need to be hitting the Q button. I was trying to figure out where on the map I could put the bunker. And I thought by clicking the map, it would show me where it went. And I fucked up. So I've managed to capture this thing and then don't end up using it. So my bad.
Yeah, I know the objectives have changed. I'm working on it.
So I thought, what I originally thought was, and this is me being silly, but what I originally thought was that if you captured the bunker point, that they would automatically be placed on the map somewhere, that you didn't have to worry about doing it, that they would automatically get put up there. And then when that didn't work, here I'm about to capture another point. I thought, well, maybe I have to designate the spot on the map where I want them. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do that.
Oh, I don't have smoke.
And when that didn't work, I was like, oh, fuck. So you're going to see me in this video and the next trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But, you know, I was trying to capture these places. If I had actually been able to deploy those, the wildcard capture objectives that I had, we probably would have done a lot better. So here I am going for a third, well, a second bunker capture. And I'm just get in there and get it captured, and then thinking to myself, oh great, yay, look what I've done, good stuff. And no, it's not good stuff because it didn't I didn't deploy them. So that's a lesson for me.
Wow, this is a tough game.
Okay, so there we go. Okay, yay, I've got him. And you only have them for 60 seconds. So if you do not deploy them within 60 seconds of your capturing those wildcard points, if you do not deploy whatever it is that you have captured or gotten from that capture,
God damn it, get up that fucking hill.
then you lose it. You don't get to keep it. So if you get the bunker capture point, deploy it. If you get the aircraft, deploy it. If you get the drone, deploy it. You got to do it within 60 seconds or you lose it. So that's how it works. And I've now blown both of those deployment opportunities.
Fix myself.
And that's just stupid. That's just me not knowing how to play. So let this be a lesson. And it is the Q button on your computer, unless you've remapped your keyboard. It is the Q button that allows you to deploy it. So when you capture a point that has a wild card, hit the Q button, and it will tell you where you can place it. The only thing is, if you have the aircraft, if you're going to deploy the bombing run, I believe you have to hit the Q twice.
That's better.
To pick the spot on the map where you want to deploy it. You can't deploy them everywhere. Like for the bunkers, you can't just go put them up next to the enemy spawn. There's only certain places you're allowed to put the bunkers. You can't like deploy them on top of a building or something either. So be aware of that when you hit Q, the map will tell you a couple of spots where you can got whacked. God damn it. All right. Also, you know, use this opportunity to take out as many of the NPC tanks as you can. The yellow tanks. You know, people are missing a trick on those. You obviously want to capture as many of these points as you can capture, and the bunkers are good because they. There we go. The bunkers are good because
The fucking respawn.
they're, you know, they'll do a lot of damage to enemy vehicles that aren't paying attention to them. So you definitely want to capture the bunkers as a matter of priority. And then when it comes to the other objectives, kill as many of those yellow tanks as you can. They're easier to kill than the enemy bad guys are, you know, than the other player vehicles are, and you still take off points for them. So folks are missing a trick if they say ignore those guys. So I don't think you should. I think you should, if you have the opportunity to kill those yellow tanks, you should kill them. Basically, one of the other things I'm learning from this is it's probably better for everybody to go around in groups of 2.
Oh, fuck.
Too bad I couldn't go over that bridge. So here comes a bomber point, right? I'm going to try and capture this bomber. There's somebody else up here. Alright. So this is really bad of me. I'm going to capture a bomber wildcard objective here. And because I don't know how to fucking use it, you're going to see me try and deploy it on the map. And I go pick that spot right there. See me click on that thinking, boy, this will be great. No, I just designated a spot on the map. I didn't actually deploy the fucking airplane. So that's bad of me. And, you know, boy, that would have caused some serious damage over there had I been able to do that. And so now I'm coming down for another objective, and I'm going to get smoked here in a second. Anyway, so double-click Q click Q when you have captured one of the wild cards. And don't forget to kill the yellow tanks. They do help your team when you kill them. And try to stick around in groups of 2. That's sort of the best advice I can give you on this thing. Quick captures, obviously, of the cap points are important, but keeping the cap points and keeping another teammate with you as you're doing the things you're doing will help you stay alive instead of having everybody come focus down on you. So stick with, try to stick in groups of 2. I think that if you had a platoon mate that you were playing this type of game with, you guys could really do a lot of damage, rack up a whole bunch of damage.
How do I get
Because,
the bomb?
yes, here I am asking the question. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll just get back to the gameplay, and you guys can sort of see what you think. Oh yeah, don't forget, you gotta use your smoke, man. If you don't have smoke, it is probably not the right vehicle to take into the fight if you don't have smoke. I just think that it's way more helpful than not to have it. And you know, you got to cap a point or cap an objective or one of these wild cards. You might want to pop smoke just to give you that last little extra bit of protection there, so the clock runs down and you've got the point captured. Oh, nice. So we'll take a look at the post-game stats next. Weekly. I didn't get any performance awards. Got a lot of fucking credit though. Only killed one guy. Wow. 13 spots. But how did I do? I mean, did I do good? I mean, I don't think I did. I don't know. I mean, I did a lot of capture. That's good base capture. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I did, but whatever. Okay, so essentially that's the deal with that. What I need to figure out is how do I launch the jet aircraft. So we're going to have to learn that because obviously I captured the B-2 bombing point, but we didn't seem to figure out how to launch it. I thought it was via the map, but I could be wrong. So anyway, that's that's playing it with an armored fighting vehicle. I wonder what will happen if I play it with something else, like a I'm not going to play it with a missile launch thingamabobber. Play a scout again, but we're going to try one with a little more firepower. I'm going to try this BMD-4 here, which I just purchased and kind of brought up to speed with my retrofits, my consumables, and ammo and all that sort of stuff. So we might be sitting in this for a while, but I wanted to go ahead and at least try something with a little more firepower. I don't know exactly how well this is going to work, but there we go. So while we're waiting, I did not look up, actually, probably should have. I didn't look up the how to make the bomber do its run thing. Fuck that up, but oh well, it is what it is. So we apparently these fights are really long, you know. But, well, I guess that one was. They don't necessarily have to be. You could have a team that gets out there and completely shits the bed and loses all their tickets in the first 5 minutes. But I think these games are going to get longer and longer as more people get savvy to what you're supposed to be doing, like collecting the bunker tickets and or the bunker objectives, the aircraft objectives, things like that. And I think there'll be some really strategic play, and I bet this is going to be a great team map to play competitive platoons against other people on the other side. I think that'd be very cool if you could get, if they would make it so that you could put together a team of 15 on 15. I think that would be a tremendous amount of fun for people to play. So let's see what they do with that. Obviously, we're also going to want to see more maps. I think those will be really cool with multiple objectives in them, big maps. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. There seem to be enough people in the queue now that we should be able to get into a game here pretty quick. A few moments later. So, I'll talk to you briefly about why I decided to try and bring this vehicle into the game. As you saw, the previous battle was with a Wiesel, and I do like the idea of using a scout to get in there and get some early capture points under the team's belt and start reducing the tickets on the side of the other team. In this instance, my thought process was that I would choose a scout vehicle that had some more firepower. And the Wiesel just has that chain gun on it, and while it's a decent gun, it doesn't necessarily give you the hitting power that a vehicle with, say, an anti-tank guided missile system had, or somebody that had a slightly more powerful gun or longer ammo storage. So I took a couple of stupid hits just then getting into this objective capture point. I'm going to go ahead and fire my smoke. That'll cover me from those guys being able to see me. I'm going to go ahead and capture this point out. But this vehicle has anti-tank guided missile, it has a 100mm cannon on it, and it has a 30mm autocannon on it. So the idea was, I was concerned that I might have a little too much going on to be able to switch between essentially 4 different types of ammunition on 3 different weapon systems. So that concerned me. but that's just a matter of learning how to actually use this vehicle, not necessarily something that's going to be difficult over a long period of time. Start taking some fire from an enemy AFV over there. I've decided at this point that I'm going to go back, now that this point is captured, I'm going to go and try to repair my vehicle some. That's something else I was trying to be more cognizant of while I was playing the game this time as compared to the previous day, that I needed to be able to juggle multiple mission criteria and objectives all at the same time, from understanding what points were being captured at what times by whom across the map, where my vehicle could do the most good, not just at the moment that I was in, but in the next moment, trying to husband my health so that my gun stayed in the fight as long as possible. You do get to respawn, and that's true, and that's great, but it takes you out of the game for 15, 20 seconds, and during that time period, your team is down a gun, and it makes it very hard for them to, keep the enemy ticket count going down if they're short a gun. And the more objectives that you guys miss capturing, the harder it is for you to catch back up to any sort of deficit in tickets. So you want to keep your guns in the fight, even though you get to respawn. That's great, but it is a losing proposition. The more you have to respawn, the more your team loses. So if you can keep your gun in the fight, that's what you want to do. And after all that repair work I just went through, get back up here to the same spawn I was at originally, and, get injured all over again. But I'm back to capturing this point, because no sooner had I captured it than the enemy came and got it, because we don't have anybody else on our side up over here defending it. And that goes back to what I was saying in the previous battle. You need to have people backing you up, or you need to be backing up your teammates. And also, I should have been taking out that yellow tank there, because you go and you get the capture point, which starts reducing the enemy's tickets, but then you leave. I just left 10 tickets sitting on the table there by not killing that NPC. So, a lot of lessons here to take out of this. Again, it goes back to time management and battle space management, making sure that I'm understanding not just the tactical objectives for me at the time that I'm there, husbanding my strength and ammunition, conserving our resources, but also paying attention to what's going on in the larger battlefield picture. The new objectives that pop. But nevertheless, I think that's one of the most interesting things about this gameplay mode, is that the objectives continually change. The need for the strategy at different times to, I'm going to get whacked here, I think, if I recall correctly, yeah. The need to adjust your strategy based on what the wildcard objectives are at the time, those make such a difference. Your team can be down, say, 5, 6, 7, 800 points in the course of the battle, and if your team collects a couple of these wildcards and deploys them properly, you can go from losing to winning in a very, very short period of time. And that is really key. So having battle space awareness to your both tactical situation, who is shooting you and what are you shooting at this moment, to where do you need to be in the next minute, to where do you need to be to support your team in capturing these objectives, to either turn the battle around or keep the enemy from turning the battle around. is really, this is a good game mode, man. I'm glad to see people on a Saturday afternoon playing it. I really am. This, I don't know if you've noticed yet or not, but I've only used the autocannon. I am going to make use of the 100mm gun, or maybe I already did, I can't remember, but I will use the 100mm gun in this, and I'll try to use some of the anti-tank guided missiles as I did against that MBT-70 a few minutes ago. But again, weapon management on top of everything else that's going on here was not my forte. So, you know, I'm try my best to keep the proper weapon employed at the proper moment in time, and I don't do a great job at it. Maybe this is where I'm about to use the big gun. Cap this point out. I try to deploy my smoke here. There's artillery out there, and see, now it tells me, where do you want him? And I'm thinking, where am I going to put him? And again, I just let the opportunity go. Stupid of me. Ooh. I'm going to get killed by that fucking guy right there. My smoke is gone by this point, so I'll put some more out. There's artillery fire coming in. Just missed me. I'm gonna get whacked here. I should have known better than to try and take that guy on. Again, I got caught up in sitting in a cap spot that I already fucking captured. I didn't need to worry about capturing. But as you can see, you can pick your respawn locations on the map there, and I try to choose something that gets me at this point close to what I consider to be areas of influence in the fight. You've got a decent amount of time to pick one or to change one if you choose a spot and the flow of battle adjusts so quickly that you need to change your respawn spot. You can use the opportunity to cap this spot. But this guy, this is the guy I'm going to shoot with this other gun. So this is where I try to improve my weapons management, my gun system management. Switch it over to that 100mm high explosive shell and take that fucking guy out, which ended up being pretty good work. I should have done it here too, and I didn't. Dink. Yeah, so if you know, going back to my point about this, you know, your spawn spot needs to be chosen based on where you think the battle is going to be during the time that you're waiting to respawn. And that being the case, you know, I wouldn't necessarily just choose the middle spot. I would choose a spot that is going to influence the fight once you get your gun back into it. Because as I said before, while you do get to respawn, and that's very helpful, every time you have to respawn or anybody on your team has to respawn, you've lost more points. And while you're waiting to get back into the fight, you're losing more points. And just like in the PvP battles, the matches tended to get so one-sided because when guns are lost, it just becomes an exacerbating problem that's exponentially worse every time a gun is lost. It's not a linear progression of loss, it's an exponential progression of loss. And in this game, while Respawn keeps that from actually being the case, it is still you still lose tickets. That was a bonus kill. I wasn't aiming for him, I was aiming for the tank. You know, the loss of the tickets for every time you have to respawn means that you've got a harder time trying to get... I'm going to try and get away from this damn guy. Ooh, let me get away, let me get away, let me get away. Yay, got away. Now I'm going to try and get this guy up on the top here, and that's going to be my downfall. He tried to put a missile into me from that close, and it didn't really work. Here we go. That's it for me. But they're down to 43 tickets, so
There we go. Come on,
that's
guys.
pretty much the end of that.
7 tickets left.
Yay. That was fun. That was fun. Oh, I got a new skill. Ooh, and I got some money. And I got a supply crate. Okay. Wow, 32,000. Holy cow. How do we do that time? Oh, much better. Much better. Well, yay. That's fun. Okay, so, yeah. So that's an overview of Global Ops there, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Tanks for the Mammeries. We are playing Armored Warfare Global Operations, and that was a couple of battles for you today to look at sort of what's out there, what you're doing, how it works, what the scores you could typically expect for winning are. Hope you guys found this video informative, and if you did, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps the channel. I would appreciate it very much. Leave your comments below the video on YouTube, and check back for more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I could really use some viewers there, and you guys feel free to interact, man. Let me know what's going on with you and what you think of this mode, and I will for sure be doing more of it because I do enjoy it. Takes a little longer than regular PvE and PvP, but I'm hoping that more people are playing it now, and I really do enjoy it. I think it's interesting, very dynamic. I like the large maps, and I like the constant gameplay. So stick around for more, and you guys check out some of the other videos on my channel. Thanks very much, and you guys have a great day.